Hey, this is Eli, aka Devoted Day Trader. On today's recap, I'm gonna talk about how I utilized the weekly chart to get a high odds short. I traded AQST and TIF. They're both winners. And to those who watch my recaps, I did not post on Thursday and Friday because I needed to take some time off. So let's get to today's trades. On AQST, what I saw, well, the stock is in play because they got a FDA approval for their drug, and what I saw on and the stock was up about 12% in the pre-market. So I looked at the daily chart. On the daily, we've been steadily going up, but on Friday the stock closed with a topping tail, which is selling pressure, right? So someone is selling. Usually when we see a topping tail like this on the daily chart, it means institutions are selling the stock. And what I saw on the weekly chart, so if we change this to the weekly just briefly, I saw that the 200 moving average on the weekly was right at $8. So I told myself I'm gonna take a long if it gets above 8 and trades above 8, but if it shows weakness around 8, I'm going to take a short, and that's what I did. So it got to the resistance to 8, and it left a topping tail, which is selling pressure. So I went short at a 785 with my stop the high of day. And yeah, the 200 on the weekly chart, it worked. It gave me a high odds short, and it dropped. I covered 75% of my position at the 500 or the 5-minute 100 moving average, and then the rest I was going to let ride out until low of day or even a previous closing price, which is at 643. But I noticed that yesterday's high was holding, so I took the rest off. So this was a nice trade. My first trade was on TIF. In fact, I am still in the TIF trade. I have just a little bit left that I'm going to let ride out. So on TIF is in play because they're being acquired by LVMH, which is the parent company for Louis Vuitton, for 135 per share. So I watched it in the open, and I noticed that it did not want to lose VWAP, and it kept just bouncing off VWAP. So I went long at 132.74 with my stop being the low of these two bottoming tails, and I took my first partial here. So this was a pretty much a 2-to-1, and then the rest I told myself I'm gonna let it ride. Just a little bit of shares left, so I'm gonna let it ride to 135. So these were the trades today, just 2 trades, both winners. And if you have any questions or comments, feel free to comment below, and I'll see you guys next time. Peace.